Hello everybody, and this is Glenda Winkleman, and welcome back to Creative Grandma. And it's time again for Stitch of the Week. This is pattern number 203, and I call this the houndstooth shell stitch. Now it may be called by another name, but this stitch, you will see you have 2 rows of shell stitches. You have the black row and the white row, and then your 3rd row for the repeat, you're bringing down a long V stitch to form the tooth, and that's how I come up with the name houndstooth shell stitch. Now this pattern, I believe, looks really nice doing in a 3-color combination. As you can see how the pattern really stands out and is high contrast. And then I did it using a multicolor, and it's a little bit harder to see the design, but it is a fun design to do. And then I did it using all white, which gives it a little bit of a lacy look. So let's begin. To get started, we need a chain with a multiple of 4, and I chose to chain 24. So I did want to mention too that this here pattern stitch, the houndstooth shell stitch, is the pattern I used for the Sweet Dreams baby Afghan. That will be linked to this video, so if you wanted to get started on a project right away using this stitch, all the instructions for the Afghan will be posted in this video. So we're going to start our first row, which is the shells, which is 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. So the first shell, you're going to do a double crochet in that 4th chain from hook. You're going to chain 2, and you're going to work 2 more double crochet in that same 4th chain stitch, and that will be your first shell. And that chain 3 counts as your first double crochet of the shell. So now to continue on the row, you're going to skip the next 3 chain. So you're going to skip 1, 2, 3. You're going to work another shell in that 4th chain. So you're going to work 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet in the same chain space. And you're going to continue this across. So there's your second shell. You're going to skip the next 3 chain, work a shell, and you're going to continue that over, working your last shell in the last chain. We're at the end of row 1, so now we're going to turn our work, and you're going to slip stitch in the next double crochet, and then you're going to slip stitch in that first chain 2 space of that first shell. And then we're going to work a shell stitch in each chain 2 space in each shell across. So the first one, you're going to always chain 3 for that first double crochet. Then you're going to do another double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet in that same chain 2 space. And you'll see your shell is exactly on top of the other shell. So then you'll work your next shell in the chain 2 space of the next shell. So you're going to work 2 double crochet, and this is the beginning of your repeat. This is a 3-row repeat for your pattern for the houndstooth shell. So you will be working rows 2 through 4 repeatedly for whatever length you desire. Okay, so now you're going to repeat this across your row to the last shell, and I'll meet up with you at the end. We're at the end of row 2, so you're going to go ahead and turn your work. You're going to slip stitch over to that first beginning chain 2 space of your first shell. You're going to chain 1 and do a single crochet in that same chain 2 space of that first shell. Now we're going to work our houndstooth, which is a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, and we're going to do the first double crochet and we're going to work it between the current shell, the next shell, 2 rows below. So you're going to skip the first row and go into that second row between those 2 stitches. And you're going to pull that double crochet up to your current level of work. You're going to chain 1, and then you're going to do another double crochet in that same space 2 rows below, pulling that double crochet up to your current level of work. So that is your first houndstooth. Now this is probably a little difficult to see since I'm using all the same color. Now you're going to do a single crochet in your next chain 2 space of your next shell. Then you're going to do another houndstooth, which is a double crochet between your current shell and the next shell 2 rows below. So put your double crochet right in that space between the 2 shells, 2 rows below. Pull your double crochet up to your current level of work, chain 1, and do another double crochet in that same space 2 rows below, pulling it up to your current level of work. And you will continue the pattern across. Single crochet in the next shell, your houndstooth between the stitches 2 rows below, and continue over, ending with a single crochet in the end. I'm at the end of row 3. So you're going to go ahead and turn your work. You're going to do a chain 3. That is your first double crochet of your first shell. So we're going to work a shell in that same beginning double crochet. So you need 1 more double crochet, chain 2, and then 2 more double crochet in that same beginning single crochet. And there your chain 3 acts as your first double crochet, and that's your first shell, which should be in the first single crochet stitch. The first shell stitch is done, so you're going to skip each one of these houndstooth. So you're going to skip each V-stitch, the double crochet, the chain 1, the double crochet, and you're going to work your shell stitch in each single crochet across, skipping these houndstooth in between. So go ahead and skip that stitch and work your next shell in the next single crochet, and you're going to repeat that across. I'm at the end of row 4. So this pattern you'll repeat rows 2 through 4 throughout, and if you want to end with the shell stitch, just end with row 4, or continue on and end with row 3 so you have the flat edge with the houndstooth. I hope you enjoyed this video and learning a new stitch, and if you did like our video, please subscribe to our channel. Thank you.